The reality of being in summer right now, don't know if you can see it, but we've got one of the sticky tapes out and there's flies buzzing constantly. So if I look like I'm about to beat someone up or start wild swatting, that is why. The flies will not go away. But I wanted to start this vlog. It's actually Friday, which used to be like typical for me to start my vlogs on Fridays, but then obviously I am now on maternity leave, so my vlogs often start on Monday or just any random day of the week. But I thought we would start it today and I would just update you on some stuff, take you with me, try not to lose my cool, swatting these horrible flies. Like, why can't this fly just go and stick on that tape and just get out of my face? But yes, we have had mammoth washing up today. I don't know if you can see, I've got sausages out for tea. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them, but I just thought, panic, I need to get something out for tea. So I've got sausages because we can just whack them in the air fryer. They literally take 10 minutes. Like all dinners now, tea, dinner, whatever you call it, takes literally like a 15-minute max to cook, which is so good. Everything comes out beautifully out of the air fryer and it's so convenient when the baby suddenly thinks, oh, I'm hungry, right when you're about to have your tea. So things can stay warm in there. It's great. I highly recommend an air fryer. I know people craze about it and not everyone's like, is it for me? But honestly, it's just convenience. Like if you just need convenience, just get an air fryer and everything comes out really good. And we've got a fan oven, electric oven, and it takes longer to preheat than it does to actually cook my food. So why would I waste energy, power, electricity and time on trying to preheat that thing when I could just whack it in the air fryer? But anyway, we digress. So yes, today Teddy and I had our first swimming lesson, which is really exciting. I personally haven't been in a swimming pool for, I was telling Daniel this earlier, I honestly think I was probably 13. And that's just a guess, might have even been younger. And I couldn't even tell you where it was that I swam, probably on holiday. I was a little bit like, you know, I haven't actually stepped foot in the pool for a long time. This is going to be a bit weird. But I was so focused on making sure that he was okay and that we were going to be okay and that I was prepared and he was having a good time that I didn't even have time to worry or have doubt in myself or anything. And obviously, naturally, like pools do, they start shallow, then go deep. And actually, I found myself wanting to be more in the deeper end. The deepest part was 5'10" and I'm 5'2", and I was kind of like hovering in the middle of the pool where I found the water was always sort of like here. And because you want, well, in this particular lesson, I don't know if all swim lessons are like this, but the lower you are, the more sort of not balance, but yeah, balance, but like secure you are. And obviously with the baby you can get lower and the baby's then floating in the water and rather than above, you know what I mean, or too deep, etc. So yeah, I actually found myself being more in the deeper end than the shallow end, and obviously it was warmer because I was actually submerged in the water and actually had a really lovely time. We got on so well and he was so good. He shouted a little bit towards the end. I can't even remember what we were doing, but I remember there was a point that I thought, oh, I think he's going to get a little bit bored here because we weren't moving for a while. Oh, that was it. He was doing tummy time on this like balance board, I suppose you can say, and they were sort of like wibbling it, so there was like jelly on a plate. And he doesn't mind tummy time, but he gets a little bit frustrated, and I think because he was already quite overstimulated with the whole new experience, the minute I laid him on his tummy, he was just going, "Ma, rah, rah," and it was so funny. He wasn't even crying, he was just shouting. And then once he was back in the water, he was happy. So we had a really good time And the whole experience was actually really chilled. Like there was no rushing to get ready or get out the way for the next lot. Like you just had your space, your changer, and it was really, really relaxed and enjoyable, the whole experience. And he was able to have a nap straight afterwards, so he was happy. He woke up and he'd had a good nap, and yeah, it was just wonderful. So it's actually a term time only swim school, so next week is the last swim lesson until September, and I think I will go again, and then hopefully, if the time allows and things work out, Daniel and I may be able to take him swimming ourselves. But we are coming into busy season for Daniel. He's actually topping spuds as we speak, so he's going to be lifting really soon, so we'll have even less time with him. So unless the weekends allow and we can go for a swim, we probably won't. But yeah, but that was really good. So we had a really good, successful morning. It was an early class. Well, I say early class, it was 10 o'clock. So yeah, we just worked that out and that went well. And then we had an exciting delivery of his nursery furniture. So I'm actually in the process of doing a whole separate vlog on like redecorating the spare room into Teddy's bedroom / nursery. And the furniture was on sale, so Daniel just bought it and surprised us that he had bought it, which was really exciting, but it was obviously a no-brainer to buy it while it was on really good sale. It's actually Mama's and Papa's furniture set. It's the Wedmore set, and yeah, really excited. It's a 3-piece set. It's got a wardrobe, a dresser with like a top that you can take off, you know, like a changing top, and obviously the cot, which is like a convertible, a convertible cot, which basically goes from birth. So it's right at the top, then obviously it goes low like a regular cot, and then you can actually turn it into a toddler bed. So we've really invested in that furniture piece, which is something that we've been really mindful to do throughout, like during my pregnancy when we were first buying the early stuff, and since we've had Teddy, we've been really mindful of the things that we've bought and made sure that they were, you know, things that were going to last us as long as possible within like a safe way, if you know what I mean. Like with her relation to his like car seat, I think it lasts him until about 15 months or something, and then obviously he'll have a static car seat, where obviously the one that he's in at the minute we can keep taking in and out, and it's part of like the travel system for the pushchair. So obviously that works really, really well for us now, but practically we would then have to get another car seat anyway. But other stuff, you know, like the furniture or like his high chair, it's all things that we've been able to use from birth and will last him for many, many years to come. So we really like shopping in that kind of mindset. Obviously it's better for your pocket, but also, you know, it's a much more sustainable way to shop. And I feel like I always liked the idea of sustainability, and at work, like I was part of the green group, which was where we were trying to think of, you know, environmentally friendly ways of working to change the business, etc. So I've always had a little bit of a green mindset, if you will. But I feel like since having Teddy, it's really ramped up for me. Like I'm just so much more aware of the things that I'm using and how much I'm using of things, and if there's a way that we can be more sustainable and environmentally friendly, etc, etc. So yeah, that is sort of becoming a big part of my personality at the minute, is yeah, just trying to find more sustainable ways of working and trying to be less wasteful. So yeah, anyway, I feel like I've just rambled on about a load of rubbish, but anyway, the nursery vlog, the nursery renovation, will be in a whole separate video. So I might mention a few things, but I mean the furniture won't even go up until I've decorated, so that's probably going to be a couple of weeks yet anyway. So let's say you'll probably have to wait 2, maybe 3 weeks for the nursery renovation vlog, but something to look forward to. So yes, not really much else to report. It's been a couple of days actually, well almost a week since I picked up the camera, and to be honest I feel like I just forgot I was vlogging and nothing really is exciting has happened. I've just been painting the start of the week, which is going to be in a different video, so I have been filming this week, just not this vlog. But I thought I'd pick it up today because I wanted to have a chat and also have a tidy up. So I've started, I don't even really know how to start saying what I'm saying, but basically I'm trying to get in a better mindset of being on top of the house in a way that is leaning more into my like duties as a wife to be, a mother and a homemaker, and be more proactive in the everyday to just stay on top of things. I definitely do in some ways, in small little ways, try and keep on top of the place just by having like a quick like power tidy as the day goes or at the end of the day, but reality is I could do a lot more. I feel like I know I've said it before and I know it's evident, but since like obviously us getting this house and being a farmer's wife, there is a lot more responsibility to look after the house. I don't know if that's even the right way to say. I don't really know what I'm saying, but basically it is. Obviously Daniel works 24/7 and I want to look after the house and I want it to look nice. You know, we've spent a lot of time, a lot of money on this place, and obviously I spend a lot of my day here now, obviously having had Ted nearly 4 months ago, and it brings me more joy and it makes me feel more productive and better in myself for having looked after the space every day, or you know, just waking up, coming downstairs to a tidy kitchen, just those things that actually have a lot more impact on my mental well-being and just start my day off better than I realise. So I would say probably for about maybe like the past week I have tried my best in like what they say, putting to bed the kitchen. So when I've got Teddy's bottles ready for the night and got the hot water and everything, I've just made a conscious effort to tidy up the space, and I've tried to stay on top of the washing up better, which I've found quite a challenge because we run out of hot water a lot, so we have to turn our hot water on, and then we just have like a what's it called? I can't think what it's called right now, but the boiler that we've got is just like a hot water tank. So once that runs out, because we don't have like the water on all access all the time, if you know what I mean, we just turn it on when we need it. I run out of hot water, say if I need to run a bath for Teddy or if I've done the washing up, then it runs out, and then I come to washing up and I'm like, oh, I've got no hot water. And that used to be a bit of a mental block for me. If I knew that we'd run out of hot water, I wouldn't wash up for a day or something. And I need to be better at that. And I think, I don't know, it's hard because it's not like naturally ingrained in me, that it's something that I'm having to change in myself. Like I've always been quite an I don't know, I feel like maybe this is a bit harsh on myself. I've always been quite an untidy person, and I've learned to deal with that and accept that, and that is just who I am. But on the flip side, and Daniel is too, but on the flip side, we also like to tidy. We also like a clean space, and I find enjoyment in cleaning and tidying and looking after the home. So I make my mess, and that's just who I am, and then I like coming after myself and tidying up behind myself. But then at the same time, it's then frustrating because I'm constantly having to tidy up after myself and after Daniel, because we're just naturally untidy people. And you know, you don't have to live your life strict to constantly not being able to leave something out or constantly tidying up in that way. Like, and some people are just naturally made like that, and that's lovely. Like, I'd love to be that person, but also I think, you know, you have got to be have the freedom in just being able to leave that mug on the side and come back to it later, or deal with it tomorrow, or, you know, whatever the time of day is and however your schedule works. So I'm being kind on myself, and Daniel doesn't expect anything of me, but at this, bless you. But at the same time, I just want to do better, and I know I can do better. So like I say, this week I have been doing a lot better, actually keeping the kitchen tidy and clean. And when I came down this morning and yesterday morning, it was just so refreshing to come down into a tidy kitchen. Like, I know Daniel wouldn't say it because he wouldn't want to put any pressure on me, but I'm sure he probably feels the same, in that it's nice to come down and the space is tidy. There's no rubbish lying around. There's no empty this or empty that, or unwashed this or unwashed that. Or even like the draining board, I would leave that draining. Well, if I wash up a bit earlier in the day and then that's drip dry by the end of the evening, I can put that all away. It's just working that sort of stuff without having like a set routine of, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do this, and then feeling pressure on myself for not having completed all these tasks in a day. It's just like in the back of my brain, and it's just something I do as I go along. So I need to be better at that, and I am doing better at that this week. So it's just keeping on top of that, basically, and building on that foundation. But it is a good starting point that I'm at least getting one room done and on top of. And I feel like I'm a bit on that with the living room, in that I like to plump the cushions. I like the sofa to look dressed, as it were. But the floor space is sometimes a bit untidy. I'm trying to work on the shelves and just try and make everything look a little bit more in its place, rather than like clutter lying about, if you know what I mean. But I think is something I need to just let go for the time being. Whilst Teddy's toys are down here and in here, because one, it's too hot to play in the conservatory, which is where he normally plays because we're in a heat wave, and two, because his bedroom is currently undergoing renovation. So once his room is done, a lot of this stuff that's actually in the living room will end up going into his room and being tidied away. So I need to just basically forget about the living room for now. It is what it is, it's fine. So yeah, and I'm trying to be more regimented in a bit of a cleaning routine. So I vacuum almost every day now, which is something that I wouldn't do. But I've understood now how much nicer it is to keep on top of that. Like, we don't have any pets in this house. Like, the idea of vacuuming every day is just something that I wasn't brought up thinking that was the norm. But since doing like more research or more watching other people homemaking, etc., I realise actually that is normal to vacuum at least, you know, a room every day, or your high traffic areas, which is now what I do, and I feel better for it. I feel like just right now, while I'm still in the early stages of obviously having an almost 4-month-old baby, this is the first time I've ever experienced obviously being at home this long, being on maternity leave, being at home, having a baby by my side, and just being the person that I am today. It's all a lot of newness and a lot of changes. So I'm just starting small and building foundations, and then hopefully these small things will just be ingrained in me, and I'll just keep getting better and better. The washing machine just finished, so if you've got a Samsung washing machine, you know that it likes to sing to you after every wash. So I just had to stop the recording for a second. But the other thing that I just wanted to mention that I need to be better at is meal planning. I need to eat better, but also on a budget. So what I want to start doing, which once again I feel like is the norm and just something that I've not been accustomed to, is sitting down, planning the meals for the week, maybe looking through a recipe book, looking for some nice nutritious meals, sitting down, doing a shopping list, doing a meal plan, and then ordering the groceries for that week for those set meals. I did do a meal week before last with some like tender stem broccoli, and I'd made my own dauphinoise potatoes, And I felt really good, and the meal was really good. And it was nice to do something different, and it was nice to actually make it and have something fresh. And I just felt really good for it, and I still think about it like a week later, how good that meal was and how nice it was to do that. So I've gone through and I've made a list of all the meals that we like, or the meals that I've made regularly or recently, or something that we just always have. So that's where I'm at the minute. And we are now going to go out and do the ponies, get our fresh air for the morning. It's just coming up, well, it's just gone 8:30. And yeah, I've done a load of done a load of washing this morning. Teddy's washing. And yeah, just gonna be proactive and get on top of some stuff today. I've just got to be quiet because Daniel has got a rare day off and he's actually having a sleep in, so I daren't risk anything to wake him up. But I don't know if I said, but we were going to get a Ocado food shop for a change. I don't think I mentioned it. So normally we always get Tesco, but I thought I'd just have a little look at Ocado out of interest. And I didn't realise that they actually price matched Tesco's on a lot of things. And I think maybe their fruit and veg, they even price match Aldi or something. So obviously we don't know if the quality's as good with regards to the Ocado own stuff. I've never personally tried it. But anyway, we've got a whole range of things and I feel like we've really got a good amount of stuff for our money. And what I did was I sat down, I meal planned for the week, and then I just ordered what I needed for the week, meals wise, and then we've got a whole load of stuff for Daniel's lunches to last a couple of weeks and just miscellaneous bits. So let me show you what we ordered. So we have got a baby in the room that has got hiccups at the minute, but this is everything that we got. I've also got like fresh stuff here and then some miscellaneous bits. So let's start here. So I've got some toilet rolls, some formula for Teddy, some nappies, white vinegar because I love this for descaling the bottle washer. That's actually the empty one there, and that had old packaging, so they've rebranded. And then these are the bin liners that we use. We don't actually have a Brabantse bin. I don't know what this is. I think this might just be like a Dunelm own bin, but that's the bin that we use. It's like it's like a recycling and then a normal bin. And we use these ones. Then the fresh stuff, so I got, as I say, I ordered just what we were going to cook for the week, plus a few extra things in case I wanted to change out a meal for that week. So we got some cheese, so cheddar, mozzarella, then we got some cream and some Greek yoghurt, cheese and onion quiche. Our favourite is the Tesco Finest vintage cheddar and onion quiche, so this will be interesting to see if this lives up as good. Then we got some meat, so garlic and herb chicken, and then 2 lots of salmon, so garlic and herb, which is what we're going to use for this week. And then because they were on offer, I got a ginger chilli and lime. And then we've got some chorizo, and then 2 lots of pancetta, some crab sticks, and some prawns. I'm going to do a paella, so that's why I've got those. Then we've got some yogurts for Daniel's lunch, and then some, actually I should have got this over here, because these are the vegetables over there. Come back to that. Oh, and the courgette. I'm actually going to make a cake, so that's why I've got courgette. Then we got some bagels. These are my favourite bagels at the minute, everything bagels, and Daniel's been enjoying them too, so I quite like them for sort of brunch with cream cheese. Then we got some burgers. These are mini smash burgers. I mean, they look quite good, so they'll be interesting. We love a burger. And then I did order some different type of chicken kebabs, but they replaced them with these. But I mean, these sound good. Peri peri chicken kebabs. I love a chicken kebab. We haven't actually got those planned for the week. But once again, a lot of things were on like offer, so I've just ordered something that obviously we'll be able to have at some point. I got some avocados because I'm hoping to have some avocado on either a bagel or some toast for brunch. Stocked up on oat milk. This is our favourite oat milk, and it was on offer as well, which is always quite good because these ones are more expensive, I think, than Alpro. Then we got some bits for Daniel's lunch, so he likes Belvita biscuits, Nature Valley, Go Ahead bars, just whatever's on offer basically, so we stocked up on those. Then I got some fruit, so I didn't actually realise I ordered 2 lots of strawberries, but I think once again they might have been on multi-buy. But they are obviously, British strawberries are now in season, so these are locally grown down in Kent, so that's really nice. And then I got some grapes. This will be interesting to see if these are nice because they're Ocado own. What have I missed? Done them. We got some rice because I'm going to do a curry this week. So I just got these. I've never had these ones before. I always get the Uncle Ben's or the Tilda. I normally get those, but these ones were on there, so I thought, we'll get them for a change. I got Caesar dressing, so we're going to have Caesar salad this week. And then got some paella rice, stocked up on these bits. Cumin I need for a recipe this week, same with the coriander. And then I just got some black pepper because I'm always bringing the pepper into the kitchen when it's on the dining table. So I thought, well, they were on offer, so I got that at the same time. Got some lemon and limes, both lots of onion, garlic, and then we got chickpea because I'm going to do a chickpea curry, tuna for Daniel's lunch, coconut milk for the curry, pistachios because I'm going to make a pistachio cake. That's the courgette and pistachio cake. It's actually a recipe from Ask Charlie. Parmesan, and then some brioche buns. These are our favourites. And then fresh we got, I'll start in the front actually, some mixed leaf salad, some spinach, that's for the curry I think. Bless you! Some iceberg lettuce for the Caesar salad, some tender broccoli, thyme and parsley, and then we did have to unfortunately buy some potatoes because we've nearly had everything that he's grown. So we've got some new potatoes which are actually grown in Norfolk, which is nice. And then some white potatoes, which disappointingly are actually from, I don't know if you can see, from Cyprus, which is ridiculous. But that is what it is. So that is everything that we got, and then you also get a free gift, and I ordered this meal planner which I thought would be nice, something different. Obviously I'm trying to do meal planning. Oh, and it's wipeable. I didn't realise it was a like whiteboard. That's so good. So that is everything that we got in our Ocado food shop, which I actually think is pretty good. Like, I don't know, this is a lot of stuff to be fair, and obviously a lot of the stuff will last us longer, you know, than just a week, because I've ordered like multiples, or I've ordered stuff like cheese and stuff that might last us more than a week, and obviously the onions. But yeah, so that's interesting. I've never done, this might sound really silly, but I've never actually physically done like a sit down, look exactly what I'm gonna have this week and order. So that'll be interesting. Normally I just have my go-tos. We go around the shop, I just get a load of sausages, burgers, and we just have the same meals every week. So I'm quite excited to follow a different recipe for a change. I'm thinking I might vlog this week so I can share with you the recipes that I've picked out and see how we get on, because that's something different. So I'm going to put all this away now and probably have a coffee in bed, I should think, because it is like 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I don't even remember the last time that the fridge was this full. If I could have shown you a before, it literally just had these 2 items and that muller rice, and that was pretty much, it was in this bit, and then we just had some pickle and some butter in this door. How funny. But yeah, that's looking a lot better. We do actually have a little fridge that's in the kitchen, but it's like one of those under counter ones, so it's really tiny, but we do keep the milk in there just for ease. So for tonight's dinner, I'm cooking a loosely inspired Harry Beavis Cozy Comforts recipe, which is garlic, salmon, new potatoes and veg, which I've decided to have tender stem broccoli as that's our favourite at the moment.
I did decide to buy the pre-marinated salmon rather than following the recipe and doing it myself, but this is just such a simple salmon and new potatoes dinner, and obviously the salmon is so quick and easy in the air fryer and the skins come out so crispy. I decided to do a simple garlic butter dressing for the potatoes, and that is it. It's that easy. So I will catch you in next week's vlog where I'll share our meals for the week.